Seeing it's one of those rare days where we've got a nice sunny day in the middle of October, I thought I'd take the opportunity to show you the 110 because I've almost got it finished. And I say almost, there's one or two little tinkery jobs I want to do, not too much, but I've got it outside now in the sun so we can have a walk around it. Now I've done just about everything on that, everything works on it now. The lights, everything, the wipers, everything works and it's nice and tidy inside. So I want to show you what you can do with just a little bit of imagination. Not all that much cash really when you think about it. But the idea is to get a good car first rather than getting something that you're going to weld up and do this, that and the other, because that's where all your money goes. This one from Spain, never been welded. What we're going to do now is have a look around the outside. I'm just going to do a handheld camera, nothing special. And then we'll put it on the lift. Because I want to change the engine oil. I haven't changed, it's one of the jobs I haven't changed the engine oil yet. So then we'll have an opportunity to have a look underneath it. But whenever I buy a car, I always look underneath them before I look at the body. I'm not bothered about the body. This one, it's not 100% like the paintwork and things like that, so don't get me wrong. But it's solid and it's rust free and it's original. So let's go and have a look. So this is a 1996 110 300 TDI county station wagon, not to be confused with a regular station wagon. This one's got the tinted windows, carpets and cloth seats. These came as when I got the vehicle. It came from Malaga in Spain, I do believe. Somebody told me by the license plate from Spain. It came from Malaga, so that's a good sign. And again, it came from Spain, so it's never been welded. There's no rust on it. Now, since you first saw it on when I got the car, you can see a few little things I've done. I changed the door hinges instead of those black ones. I put the later TD5 type hinges on, painted those and got them all matching. I've also replaced all the door seals with genuine Land Rover seals. I left the checker plate on because I thought it was nice, but I wasn't too happy with the roof. But some people like it, some people don't. So I thought to myself, well, I'll just leave it as it is. I'll just leave it as it is. It's all been crown rust proofed. You'll see that later in the video. And perhaps you can see there just a sneak peek of the chassis. It's beautiful. It's been rust proofed inside and out. I had a step bumper, so I put that on just to help getting in and out. But you can see there's a dent in the rear cross member. I didn't even bother filling it, knocking it out or anything like that, because it's like patina, it's originality. I even left all the stickers on. You know, that's not the number plate to go with it. That's off the old owner. As you saw, that I replaced this rear quarter. That's all nicely done. You can see when you look down the body line there, there's a rippledy part panels, but I mean, it's a 25-year-old aluminium body. I mean, I don't know what people expect. But anyway, look, just having a quick look round it, you'll see it looks kind of good. So let's open the doors and let's have a look inside. So I hope you can see this because it is a very bright day today, but the door cards are nice and clean. There's no rips or tears in them. The seats are lovely. I put carpet on the insides, put a little protector there for the corners so they didn't get ripped. It's got the genuine rubber mats in. Land Rover rubber mats, that's good. Carpeted all the way underneath. I put a brand new genuine steering wheel on there because the old one was damaged in the sun, so it's the same type of steering wheel as it should have. Roof lining's all good, all the interior is nice and clean and done. There is one tiny little rippette in the seat there. I'll get Jim to stitch that up, but the seats are nice and clean. As you saw there, I did them with a Karcher cleaner. The dash is clean and unmolested. There's no holes in the dash. It's not got AC in it. It looks nice and clean, and that's the way it should be. Let's have a look at the battery box. These are all telltale signs. So there you go. Usually when a telltale is when you open the battery box, it's all full of rust. Now this isn't. It's got a fairly recent battery in it, so I've no problems with that, and correctly clamped down, most important. So looking through the mid-row, you can see the doors have never been welded. They're just original. They're all now nicely full of crown rust proofing. Carpets, I remade the carpets. The rear cargo space carpet is a genuine one. I didn't have enough carpet to do it all, but it's pretty good. It's done as original. I think this seat here has been recovered at some time, because it should have a pocket on like that, and I noticed it's not there. But it doesn't really matter. There's no chips in the windscreen or the glass. I replaced the rubbers on the Alpine windows. The front windscreen rubber has started to crack a little bit in the corner, but when I sell the car I'm going to give a new rubber, and I'm not going to change the screen yet because I cut the rubbers out, and these screens are a bit of a bugger to do on your own. So if somebody's going to paint the car again a different colour or do the roof white, they can put a screen in it themselves. You know, like I say, it has been painted, but not by me. I didn't do this. Let's have a look through the back. So I put a Mud UK panel on the back door because the other one was Puma type and it didn't fit. Everything works, screen wash, wiper works, everything works on there. It's still pretty good. I carpeted it all in on the inside. Ooh, one of the trim buttons has popped out there, never mind. The back vinyls of the seats, I tried to clean them up the best I could, but it has been used as a truck. But it's nice and clean. It's got the original style seat belts in there. You know, nothing untowards. Like I said, we haven't got a saggy headliner or anything like that. So that's not too bad, is it? The sliding windows do work, by the way, and the seats tip as it should do. So that's about it. It's pretty good. We'll have a look at it underneath, because then you can tell a lot more from a car by looking at it underneath than you can on the top. Mechanically, I stripped down the front hubs, checked all the swivels, CVs, they're okay, rebuilt all the calipers front and rear, new pads, new rotors, brakes, that's all been done. What else have we done? Oh, we took out, there was a bit of a knock with the rear axle. Somebody had done something to it prior and it wasn't very good. All the oils have been changed, all the fluids have been changed. It's really sort of good enough now to go and play around with. Let's have a look under the bonnet. So it's nice and tidy underneath. I spent a lot of time trying to clean it up. Unfortunately, it had been sprayed with some sort of a black waxy type stuff or some finish, and I couldn't get it off. But all the oil and grease is off, and it's been done with crown rust proofing underneath. The washer's bottles filled up with winter screen wash. The coolant's been changed. I need to change the fuel filter. I'll do that when I change the oil, and I need to put a clip in the support there, but all the rest of it's quite good. I moved the horn from underneath that was under the front panel. I moved it out the way, out the water. The steering's all good, everything's nice and tight. The engine's good. We'll have a test drive in it later, but it's just a bog standard 300 TDI. It's not been messed about with. If there is anything that's been messed about with, I can see here, you know, you've got all this exhaust gas recirculation in there, but there actually is a blanking plate between the manifold and this valve, so it's got the impression of having exhaust gas recirculation, but it doesn't work. It's been deactivated. Also, the catalytic converter's been taken out. Yeah, but other than that, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. Like I say, filters to be changed, oil to be changed on the engine. All the gearbox oil and transmission oil, that's already been changed. Yeah, pretty much a really rare standard vehicle. It has got a steering guard on, but it's a good one because it's got the 4 bolts on either corner, so that's easy to drop down. Again, that was on when we got the vehicle. But again, it's kind of good. Had an antenna on the roof, but I just blocked the hole up. but the bulkhead is superb. And it doesn't seem to get water in it. I wonder why. Maybe it's because of the new door seals. Who knows? So let's get this in the shop. Let's take it for a little run up the road. Get it warmed up so we can drop the oil out. So here we go. There's a little few jobs to do. I've got to put that, tie up that cable for the trailer light. Now that's a European trailer plug. And it's a European hitch on there. But I had that hitch in stock. So I put it on as a step. You can see that there looks like there's a bolt missing out of there and there. Well, there isn't really, because it wasn't even tapped. Because this is for like TD5 type bumpers as well. The exhaust good. It's a genuine Land Rover exhaust. In fact, if we look underneath here, we can see, well, let's turn this way. ESR 1424 0596, that's the original exhaust on it. Now there's not many cars that's over 25 years old that you see the original exhaust on it. I put new calipers, new pads all the way around, new rotors, they've all been done. So all the brakes have been done, including the master cylinder. The top fulcrum joint's been changed. The diff's been reshimmed, that's good. The springs are original, that's good. Tank's original, but like I said, we give this a hell of a power washing off before we did anything, and it's got all the dirt and mud out. So that's all nice. Let's have a look a bit further. The props have been taken off and greased. Yeah. Now under here you'll see that I put a bit of black paint on because it was already partially black paint. You can see this sort of crusty type of spray that they've put on from Land Rover. Well, it was a bit patchy, so I just painted it, degreased it and painted it. But you can see by the condition under the sills there's hardly any rust in there at all. Just a few little specks, but now it's all crown rust proofed up, so it should be good. Very rare look of inside the rear seat post up there. You can see there's no corrosion, it hasn't been patched or welded. In fact, there's no patches on this chassis at all. You can see, look at the bottom of the door pillar. Look at that, that's to die for. Now there is some dings and dents in that panel there, but you can see I can see what's happened, that somebody's put a step on this before and not actually fastened the brace, the diagonal brace going to the chassis, so it got bent. The transfer case has been resealed. Somebody's had this off before after me, I don't know why, and put some silicone around there, I don't know why, but what I did is we took the gearbox out about 5 years ago, and I replaced the intermediate shaft O-ring and seals and the output shaft seals, so they've been done. So that's not going to drip. The clutch, I put a Valeo heavy duty clutch in it. It's beautiful, it feels nice and light. Also it's got one of my clutch forks in, so that's going to be even better, that's a bonus. The front prop, the front shafts, they're nice and tight, there's no problems there. All the ball joints are nice and tight. It's been really well looked after. You can see, look at the condition of the swivels. Look at that, 25 years old. Lovely, same as this one, look, 25 years old. Brilliant. I wish I could get these cars every day. You can see I put new rotors on the front. These probably were Lockheed rotors, I'm not really sure. But they're all made in China now anyway. Steering box is nice and dry. There's not much else to show you really. Today's job is to change the oil filter. Also, the little job I want to do, I've noticed that the oil sensor, oil switch up there, is not a Land Rover one. It's got a screw fitting on, and you can see where somebody's made an adapter. So what I'm going to do is take that off, and I'll show you in a separate video a kind of a common oil leak type repair we can do. We've got to do that. It looks like I was going to do the timing belt on it, and I'm not sure whether I should or not, because it's got blue Hylamar around that gasket there, and you know, on the gasket face. I think it's already been done, and I'm making work for myself. I'm not sure. The steering wheel is nice and smooth and light. Yeah, There you go, there's no dings or anything like that in the front differential, so it's never been off-road. Nice and clean under the arch. It's got that typical, that should be nice shiny galvanised under there, but unfortunately, of course, being in a wheel arch and being in Spain and the dust and things like this, a bit of dust has settled into that galvanising. There's the steering guard. Like I say, it's easy to get off, not like that Defender TD5 we did the other week. Yeah, it's not a bad little motor. I mean, whoever's going to get it is going to get a cracking little car. I'm sure of that. The discs are a bit rusty there because it's been laid up outside for a long time, and I've been power washing it, so they go rusty pretty quick. But believe me, it stops on a dime. It really does. It's really good. Like I say, I replaced everything in the brake system. Hydraulic fluid. The pipes were beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at the pipes on the top. Those are the original ones. There's no rust on them. But I changed all the seals and the master cylinder just in case. So that's all been done. So that's it. One 1996 300 TDI. There's a look you don't see underneath a car every day, do you? Look at that. Right, let's get on and do that oil filter, and then this job's done. So here we go. We're going to take the 110, Spanish 110 for a run up the hill. Now usually they have a bit of a struggle getting up here because it is kind of a steep hill, and that's 80 kilometres an hour going up there, so that's not too bad. There's no smoke as I can see out the exhaust. The car turns now round now, so there's no catching or anything like this, no knocking. We'll go the other way. No knocking. We'll get some speed up and we'll hit the brakes. Brakes are good. All the brakes have been renewed. Clutch is good. Clutch was renewed a few years ago. If it's only done 4,000 kilometres, that's it. Gearbox is lovely. Oh, honestly, it really is good. I think I'd built it. So let's do that again, just to get some video recording. See my woods in for winter. That's a good day. Lovely day though. This is a different car when it's warm. Now it's up to temperature. It's got that oomph behind it. Like I say, now it's third gear look. And it's still pulling. Wish we could get up to 90. But it's a very slippy road. There's fourth gear. It just pulls like a train. So if anybody's after a little car that's sort of a good honest car, and an original one too, you can do whatever you want with this. Like I say, it's like it's unmolested, you know what I mean? It's got good low down torque. I mean, look at that, that's in top gear, we're only doing 50 kilometres. Yeah, I'll put it in fifth. I'm pleased that axle clonk's gone. If we go around and just pump on the gas, on the pedal, you can hear there's no sort of clunking. The associated with the back axle. So I'm happy with that. I can probably take it on a longer run later once I pay for the road tax, but as for now, that's it. I hope you like that. We'll see you again next time.